Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who's tweeted, and a war of words has started over the 2022 to 23 GDP growth figures that have come out. While Prime Minister Narendra Modi hailed it as a sign of India's resilient economy, the Congress party's in charge was led by senior leader Jairam Ramesh, who stated that the country was neither consuming nor producing enough. So remember, just a while ago, Prime Minister Narendra Modi came out with India's GDP growth, which seems to be quite impressive. But now the Congress is already taking pot shots at what the Prime Minister had to declare as far as India's growth is concerned. But having said that, several economists are hailing India's GDP growth, which according to them is also indicating that risks to the GDP growth forecast of 6.5% for 2023 to 24 are now more evenly balanced than a few months ago. Let's quickly go across to Pallavi, who continues to stay with me on the phone line. Pallavi, on a day we are also discussing the Morgan Stanley report and the Prime Minister's GDP figure, which only go on to indicate that the GDP growth is now getting to be better and getting more balanced out than what it was a few months ago. What is one to make of the Congress's attack?
Well, I mean, the Congress party, of course, we just saw what Jairam Ramesh has also tweeted a little while back. See, as far as the Congress is concerned, they just don't believe these figures which have been put out first by the Finance Ministry and second, the Morgan Stanley report. They feel it's a cover-up. They also feel this is something which is orchestrated by the government, whereas the reality remains, that there is rising inflation, there is unemployment, and the really economic growth story is not really happening. Now it's also going to become a fight over reports. There have been instances where the Congress party has cited a Moody's report which has not given a very positive picture as far as the Indian economy is concerned. The Morgan Stanley report is based on 10 big changes that it talks about. The GDP figures are never ever fudged. These are all based on hard facts. The RBI itself has come up with a perspective that the growth story will be up to 7%. Of course, in an election year, politics will be played out, and one can understand why the Congress party wants to kind of negate the fact as far as the figures being put out by the Finance Ministry is concerned. After all, the main picture of the Congress party for 2024 and the upcoming state elections is going to be inflation and unemployment.
All right. Many thanks to you, Pallavi, for bringing in all those inputs.